Enthusiastic England defeated Colombia 2-1 to reach the semi-finals of the Women's World Cup. England beat Colombia 2-1 to reach the semi-finals of the Women's World Cup on Saturday, with goals from Lauren Hemp and Alicia Russo punishing defensive errors. Appearing at this stage of the tournament for the first time, a streak sparked by a shock win over Germany in the group stage, Colombia were another favorite when they took an early 1-0 lead after a stunning goal from Liz Santos. But, in the end, the Lionesses came back and held on to clinch their place in the semi-finals against Australia. European champions England struggled to make progress in the knockout stages, requiring penalties to defeat Nigeria in the round of 16 before this less convincing victory over Colombia. But, regardless, they made it to the semi-finals, avoiding the upset so many other favorites lost, capitalizing on all the experience they had gathered under coach Serena Wegman, who only lost one match in her 2 years coaching. We have to dig deep, for sure. And I think we had to dig deeper in the first game. And that's what it's like. Colombia, have a lot of talented players who can get you in trouble on a second, but I thought our defensive line was great. The Lionesses had the better of the early exchanges, but Russo's header could only find the goalkeeper's arms, as did Rachel Daly 15 minutes later. England's offensive intent was clouded by Colombia early on. Young starlet Linda Caicedo is now exposed to the familiar Jenko pass, tricking defenders in the penalty area, despite shooting high over the bar. The game turned on its head just before halftime when, as they had done throughout the tournament, Colombia sprinkled some magic on the field. Santos volleyed a superb shot from the right from the box and curled the net past the England defense and over the outstretched hands of goalkeeper Marie Herbes. Santos was promptly assaulted by her teammates in celebration as Las Cafeteras led 1-0 before halftime, seemingly halfway to a historic upset. Their lead lasted less than 10 minutes, but England benefited from goalkeeper Catalina Perez's fumble. Hemp was quick to react, pushing the ball into the back of the net to equalize just before halftime. Hemp, at the age of 23 years and 5 days, became the youngest player ever to score for England in a Women's World Cup knockout match, overtaking teammate Lucy Bronze, who scored in 2015 against Norway at the age of 23 years and 237 days. Both sides seemed to reset slightly after the break before England took the lead for the first time in the game from an unlikely position. A long, striking ball from Georgia Stanway seemed to be covered by the Colombian defense, but it came out clear and Russo was on hand to fire the ball into the net. Despite late Colombian pressure, England held firm and will now face old rivals and tournament co-hosts Australia in the World Cup semi-finals on Wednesday. That match will be played at the Sydney Australian Stadium, also the venue for the quarter-final between England and Colombia, where the Matildas have the advantage of massive support from their fans. It's hot. What more do you want? Russo said. You want to play against the best teams, and they're obviously the hosts. I think Colombia have a big fan base here tonight, so I think we have a little flair, but I'm really excited.